Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review from the Toronto Film Festival. Now, this film here is my favorite film of the film festival so far. This film is named Snakehead, and it stars Kang, who is Han from the Fast and Furious films, Shuya Chang, Jade Wu, and is directed by Mr. Evan Jackson Leong. Now, quick synopsis, and we're going to get right into this film. A Chinese immigrant gets caught in an international crime ring of human smuggling while attempting to make a better life for her family. First off, Shuya Chang and Jade Wu, masterful in this film. I mean, from top to bottom, these are amazing performances that they pull off in this film, either separately or when they're together. They have a particular scene when they're together in here where it reminded me of Heat, when that pivotal scene when Robert De Niro and Al Pacino are in the room together, and the intensity of their conversation while it being so simple what they're saying. They have a scene like that with each other in this film that works wonders. It's amazing. Now, we start the film off, we get introduced to Shuya Chang's character as she is attempting to get to America for her daughter. Now, here we see the realism of the film really kick in, as this is a story of human trafficking and how you get into this country from human, especially in the Asian community. After you get into this country and you owe a snakehead a certain amount of money for your freedom. Here we get her character comes in here and she owes the snakehead, which is played by Jay Wu, $57,000 for her freedom. And the story progresses as she starts off as a sex worker to work off her debt, and her feeling not only is she worth more, that she can do more, and in a way to pay off her debt sooner to get to her daughter. And we see her rise in this criminal organization. Again, none of it seems unrealistic the way she rises. Some of the circumstances just happen to like lean in her favor a little bit, but nothing out of the ordinary that leads her to climb in this organization. And it all works so well here, and it's all so bad and scary at the same time. I think that's what makes this film work the most, is that everything in it seems real. Nothing seems fabricated. None of the characters here seem like just something you implant to move your story forward. All these characters make real decisions that have consequences, and real decisions you would expect people in this life to make, and that's what makes it work so well. So Evan, who is the director of this film, he pulls this off in spades with some amazing shots, amazing setups for the actors. It's I want to say they said this was a 10-year passion project of his, and when you're watching it, you can feel how much and how bad he wants this movie to succeed, because he puts every ounce of himself and his culture and the realistic depiction of that circumstance on screen for everyone to see, because it can open your eyes to stuff that you didn't know what was going on here, along with open your eyes again to Miss Jade Wu, who is, man, I all I can say is when you see her performance, she's going to blow you away. When you see her performance, I hope later on this year, when this movie gets distribution for this year, to possibly being mentioned in some form of awards contention, because she's that good in this movie. Like, wow, Shuya Chang is really, really, really good in this film. Jay Wu steals every scene that she's in this film. She is masterful as the head snakehead, contradiction, the head snakehead in this film. She works wonders as she runs this criminal organization with an iron fist, and at the same time with a touching hand. It is very weird the way she pulls that off. But the best way to describe her character in it is, at one point in the film, they're talking about her character, and they say she loves people, but she loves money more. And that perfectly describes everything that this character does in this film, that at times, again, are touching, at other times are completely ruthless. It is great. great up and down. I swear, I am enamored by this film, and I went into it not knowing anything about this film. It was just as simple as me saying, okay, this is at the Toronto Film Festival. Let me check this out. It seems like it has an interesting premise, and it pulls through in spades with everything. Performances, writing, directing. This is an extremely entertaining, good film. This is something that I think people will be engaged in. I think you are being welcomed into a culture that you may not be familiar with. And seeing a dark side of that culture is also positive here, because we have talked, I want to say over the last couple of years, about Asian representation on screen, whether it was for some people Crazy Rich Asians, some this year with Shang-Chi or The Farewell, which I loved, or anything of that nature, that representation on screen. I think this is one of the best representations of their culture on screen. And it's because it doesn't show just the positiveness. I think to get the full scope of someone's culture, you have to show the negative and the positive. And this film does that. And it does it well. And it does it well enough that I think anybody who sees it will thoroughly enjoy it. So, Snakehead, brought to you by the Toronto Film Festival. Out of a possible 10, I'm going to give this movie a 9 out of 10. This movie is, when I tell you it's good. And it's a quick ride at that. Like, you don't see too many movies nowadays where you wish it was longer, so you could get even more of these characters. And not saying the story wasn't fulfilling. The story is completely fulfilling in an hour and 30 minutes. But I would love to get another 30 to 40 minutes with these characters and these circumstances on screen, because I think they are so intriguing. And I can't rave enough about this film. I think everybody should see it. But when it becomes available, where everyone can see it, we'll try to update the description so you all can check it out. This has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.